What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome back to the West Coast POPCast. It is your boys, the final boss knocking the main man, Zach. And of course, shout out to all the poppers, the floppers, and the rampagers joining us every Wednesday as we pop it up on a nice podcast. Zach, how's it going this week?
Oh, it's going. A lot of good stuff going on. Man, today was a long day if you wanted to pay attention to the Avengers.
Yeah, I was. We're gonna get into that, but I thought we was getting like some footage, like something. But the reveal was cool, man. We'll get into that. Definitely a new way of doing things. But there's so much to talk about in the world of pop culture, movies, and wrestling. And hey, that's we're here for. So
That's right.
we're gonna get into it, man. A lot of big stuff going on from heel turns to a cast reveal. I want to know what you guys want from the Avengers Doomsday, who you want in there, if you liked what you saw. But we're definitely gonna get into that, man. So without further ado, Zach.
Do you want to talk about Avengers first, or what are
I
we
think
doing?
I think this is the biggest thing to jump into. I think it's the
Okay.
biggest thing. A lot of meat on the bone here. Full cast announcement, probably. Zach, what do you think, man?
I thought this was way too long. I thought this was done very awkwardly. As you can tell, we put out a video that shortens it up into like a minute and a half. They shortened their
Mm-hmm.
own video up into the full pan. That was about a minute 50. 5.5 hours. 5.5 hours for no real huge surprises. We could run down the list. Did you watch any of this, Knock?
Once I realized, because I thought they were just like showing the footage, like the cast seats, and then it's going to lead to something else. Once I had realized, or what you told the group chat, oh, this is it. I jumped out. I wasn't watching all that. I was just like most people are going to do. We're going to wait for the whole rundown, and that's it.
Yeah, everyone's waiting for some surprises. There were a couple in there that I think are more teases of things to come. Everyone's kind of seen the list. We can run down the list really quick and then talk about who's all on there and who's
Yeah.
omitted. And then we got a Instagram post credits scene that we'll talk about from Marvel and Robert Downey Jr. All right, let's just run down this really quick. I know y'all have seen it. And we got a slide for everything at the end, but yeah, we've all seen it. And this is the order that it came out in. So Hemsworth, Mackie, Kirby, Paul Rudd with the tiny chair, Florence Pugh. So they're kind of giving away, giving away some Thunderbolt spoilers here.
They are, and Thunderbolts are getting some good reviews.
It is. It's getting good test screens. I don't even think they're going to be re-altering it. This one, were you surprised by Namor coming back?
I was a little surprised. Not gonna
right.
lie, but he goes both ways as a villain and a good guy. So
yeah. So he'll have some stuff maybe with the Invisible Woman. Yeah, Simo was back. Sebastian, Latiti is right. She's back. Eben Moss Bacharach. Again, Fantastic Four heavy this is going to be because of Doctor Doom.
mm-hmm.
Here's where we start getting to the Fox characters. Kelsey Grammer, we saw him at the end of the Marvels.
Yeah, I'm glad they're paying off some of those end credit scenes where we threw into a whole bunch of X-Men characters. I mean, we got a few other guys in some other movies. With the Fantastic Four, the way I see it, I feel like they're going to put the Fantastic Four in the Guardians of the Galaxy place, that role of the Guardians of the Galaxy being the one to attach us to the main villain, as Thanos was to the Guardians of the Galaxy with Gamora and everybody in the crew. That's kind of the way I see the Fantastic Four.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Lewis, he is Sentry. He'll be back from this again.
Which was supposed to be my boy Glenn, but he had to back out of the Thunderbolts.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. It would have been kind of cool to see him in the MCU, man.
Yeah, it would have been. Especially when you've been kind of like invincible. Danny's gonna be back as Falcon. Was he good in
I thought he played his role good. I thought his chemistry with Anthony Mackie was good. The movie's not bad. It's just pretty forgettable. That's the only thing.
Okay. Joseph Quinn, who's the Human Torch, David Harbour, yeah. Winston Duke is coming back.
I like that.
I like it too, because he's going to bring some nice little humor to everything. I don't see too many comedic roles in here other than Johnny Storm and maybe one or two other ones. Ghost is coming back. This is kind of one of the biggest spoilers from Thunderbolts based on certain things.
So here's the thing too. I'm glad they brought this character back because I enjoyed this character in Ant-Man 2. I liked her a lot in her performance. And that's the thing with like as bad as Ant-Man 3 was, the first two were actually pretty good movies. I enjoyed the first two.
They're very fun, and I agree with you about her too. I liked her.
Yeah. So this is good. I like bringing people like this back. They love giving this man a check. I watched him make it killed off, beat down. He's back.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, he's back. And here we go. We're getting to the heavy hitters. We're gonna kill him off again. He was just back. So I'm not like too excited about him.
That's why don't go too many with the variants and all this other stuff because it dilutes the impact of a good death. And no slight on Tom Hiddleston. He's actually a really good actor. He's the greatest Loki. But I just find it funny that they found a way to bring him back.
Yeah. And then Ian McKellen is coming back too. Sir Ian McKellen as Magneto. I'm going to ask you a question, and everyone else out there, please comment on the question I ask after we get to the cast here. Alan Cumming, who is riding high off of the Trader's success and winning awards for his role as host on that. I'm a huge Alan Cumming fan. Plus, that Nightcrawler scene was so good. This one kind of surprised me, but maybe they planned this, or maybe they're not getting Jennifer Lawrence back, or maybe that's a surprise.
Yeah, I think it's weird to like Jennifer Lawrence's career right now. I'm not too surprised they didn't bring back any first class cast. Like I would have loved to see Fassbender or McAvoy come back as the title characters, but they look like they're kind of steering away from the first class storylines.
Cyclops. And
we can't brush over my guy. We can't brush over my guy because
we're talking about Gambit right now.
James Marsden. He's been killing it in Paradise, bro. He's in the show. So
I gotta see it. We're gonna start it this week.
I'm so excited to see him back as a Cyclops after watching him in this show. So shout out to my boy. And
he's good in everything he's in. He's in like everything. So he's so good.
Yeah.
Chang, I don't know why. Did he not die?
I seen him get the boot, and I seen him get destroyed. I thought, right? No. I guess he's alive. He might have got. Make a name for myself.
This guy's making a name for himself. Pedro Pascal.
This dude is
again the Fantastic Four. He is. And then all roads lead to doom, or everything leads to doom. Sorry, I'm watching too much wrestling. Everything leads to doom. That was the big reveal. Was Robert Downey Jr. So Knock, overall, what would you give this presentation?
Shit. I mean, I guess points for being different. I don't think anyone's ever had a reveal this way, and only an Avengers superhero MCU with all the credit they've built up, they can get away with this. Most other people can't get away with this. Like Rockstar with GTA, they can get away with delaying the game, not having the game come out for 15 years, not putting any 2 trailers, just dropping it. Marvel can get away with this. So I'll give them credit for doing something different. I thought there could have been a cooler way to do this. I don't know. It just kind of just having it just sit there, have people wait. Like, this is not entertainment. I'm not just sitting there watching a whole bunch of seats. It's crazy.
10 million people watched it. 10 million people live watched it. The total amount is way more than that, but 10 million they had plus live at one point.
But only Marvel can get away with it. I mean, we're talking about it, so I guess that's cool. A B maybe, but like this was. I'm not watching this again. Like when they dropped the Avengers Infinity War trailer, I watched that repeatedly, and I'm not expecting a full trailer. But this is coming out next year, right?
No, it got
Did it get delayed?
Pushed 2027.
Okay, because I was about to say we gotta start seeing some stuff here. This is crazy.
Let me look it up. Am I wrong here? I thought it got pushed to 2027.
It was supposed to be out this year initially before all the stuff happened. So I think I'll just give it a B. I mean, it is what it is.
Okay. Wow. It says May 1st, 2026. There's no way they're completing this in time. I will go on record right now saying they might push this back and give Spider-Man 4 an earlier release, so it's not Battle World.
I mean, what if it's 2026, right? For an Avengers movie, the last Avengers we got was it 2019. So it's been about 7 years now since the last Avengers movie, which is crazy. The post Thanos, post Infinity War era, been a whole 7 years of I don't know what, honestly.
Yeah.
Going in circles.
Yeah, this would have been really cool if they wouldn't have announced Robert Downey Jr. back at Comic-Con. Then
Yeah.
that would have been cool. That would have been a good payoff at the end.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people missing. We have all the young cast. Ms. Marvel. We have Guardians of the Galaxy missing. Wanda's missing. Spider-Man, so forth. Yeah, we get that all roads lead to Doom, but that's the kind of the kicker on here. But this is the full cast. I also have to ask, in Deadpool and Wolverine or in Loki, I'm pretty sure Deadpool Wolverine, did they not destroy the Fox universe? Is it not gone? Did it not get totaled?
That's what I thought, but like I couldn't remember exactly what happened to Gambit and all those people. So I'm not too sure. And again, this could be another variant. They could say, "Oh, this is a variant from a different place." They could say they could do. I just don't know how they're going to go about this. But if they do bring back Scarlet Witch, which I hope they do, and I need them to do it, I need to see some interaction with Scarlet Witch and Magneto. I've been waiting for that for so long. I need to see that interaction.
Yeah. Maybe they're waiting to bring more people back in for Secret Wars, but that's the list.
Yeah,
it is. It's a pretty big list. It's star-studded and everything, but I mean,
it is.
It's very confusing. As well.
Two things. I'll ask Zach first. What was your grade for this? And then for Zach and everyone out there, the poppers and floppers, who are some people you wanted to see get in it that weren't shown yet? Because again, this might not be the full cast, but there's some people that weren't shown. For me, there's a glaring omission that I've been waiting to see.
Okay, I'll give this a C. It got us, but again, like you said, I'm never watching this again, ever, ever, ever. This better be a skit on SNL this weekend, or someone better parody the hell out of this.
Yeah, for sure.
And this would have been an A if they wouldn't have announced Robert Downey Jr. already. And then a glaring omission, I think, would have been one of the Spider-Men, or oh, there's someone else thinking before the podcast, but you can go ahead. I'll try to think about that.
So I know you mentioned in the chat like possible seeing Tom Cruise of it as a Iron Man variant.
Okay, let me get on that really quick. I put a short out like that because it has been rumored that he would join the MCU at some point if the role was small enough. Mm-hmm. And this is a nice small role. There's a couple reasons why I figured this might happen. I could be totally off with this, but some things that I've heard from people is that they have been wanting to put Tom Cruise as the Tony Stark variant. This would be a nice offset to already having Robert Downey as Doom. Also, this would be a nice place setter to give Tom Cruise probably another $1 billion movie, from Maverick to Avengers, or 2 Avengers movies onto Top Gun 3, which will probably do another $1 billion. Builds on that because the Mission Impossibles are winding down. And finally, it's also not a huge commitment. It is 1, maybe 2 movies max for him to do this. It's not a huge commitment for him. So that's why I still think it's possible.
I was going to say, it sounds like a win-win. I mean, people have been kind of wanting to see this because he was in the running before Downey Jr., and it'd be kind of a nice way to pay that off.
Yeah.
And then, like, what's a better way to promote your Mission Impossible but beat it at one of the biggest movies ever, the Avengers? You can easily promote that and get those numbers up. The numbers will rise if he does this.
Yeah, I will say this. When I watched superhero movies as a kid, like when I watched Batman, I watched other Michael Keaton movies after that.
Yeah,
I watched Michelle Pfeiffer in dramas and stuff because of Catwoman and how cool it was. So, yeah, it is a win-win.
Exactly. So we'll see that. My glaring omission that I was waiting to see, I mean, I feel like you threw in like all these X-Men, you had Magneto, Professor X, Mystique, you had Beast. Yeah. Where's my boy Wolverine? I was waiting for the Henry Cavill Wolverine is here. I saw it. I seen it. That would have been like jaw on the floor, incredible.
I think this leads into Secret Wars, and that's when the refresh of the Marvel Universe is going to start. There's a quote when Electric State was doing the rounds a week or 2 ago before he hit Netflix. The Russos said they did an Endgame movie that ended a saga. Now they get to do a beginning.
Ooh.
So if you think about that, I think these old Fox characters will be the introduction to the new X-Men, which are going to be pretty much the go right after Avengers Secret War.
I got another question for all the poppers out there and Zach. After Electric State, which, not getting the best reviews, there was some chatter about, can they trust the Russo brothers? And then it got me thinking, like, the guy who made the first Avengers, he was completely burnt out trying to do the second one. Do you think the Russo brothers still
Yes.
have juice jumping back to another massive project like this?
I think they do. I think this is what they know that they can do very well, and it's a fun stuff. They said the only reason they'd ever want to come back to Marvel is to do Secret Wars, which is a fun storyline. So for them to concoct this version of it after Kang has been eliminated,
Yeah,
I mean, it's their baby pretty much.
yeah, we're gonna see, man. I'm still very excited for Marvel. I believe they can deliver. I think they have to
Yes.
after some Disney mishaps, in the past
Yeah.
few weeks or years. So I think they'll come back strong.
Are you ready for a post-credit scene, Knock? Are you ready? They gave us one today.
I think it's time, man.
All right, I'm going to take us out here. If you want to blow that up really quick, the next slide. It is a back and forth between Robert Downey Jr. and Marvel. So basically saying there's always room for more. This isn't the entire cast. We didn't get everybody.
Yeah, this is clear as day to me. There's gonna be a lot more people coming in here. I mean, you have to have a few more. There's some people missing.
Does this not just basically say, "Hey, we got you. Thanks for 5.5 hours of your time"?
That's the thing. Like, major announcement. I mean, I was expecting something different. That's all I would say. I thought we was getting some type of footage or something. I thought we was getting like a glimpse. We was gonna see something. Because I could have guessed.
The rumor going around was that it was supposed to end with someone who is as big as a deal as Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah,
it obviously didn't. It ended with Robert Downey Jr., but that was what multiple sources were saying. Obviously, they can be wrong. Dirt sheets, we all know that from wrestling. That was it. That's why I speculated Tom Cruise, because other than that, I can't think of anyone that huge of a casting.
I mean, I don't know what character he'd play, but I crossed my mind was Denzel. Like taking someone to that level, Denzel, Leo. Like, yo, who they jump in for?
Leo. Yeah.
So, I don't know.
5.5 hours. But you know what, Knock? I scoured the internet. I found the remaining cast members that Marvel was talking about. I have the spoilers right here for you. Here we go. These are the extra chairs in case you missed it.
Timing. Okay.
They're coming back. They're all coming back. Everyone's coming back.
I don't know how big of a deal this one is, but
it's bigger than Robert Downey Jr. Madison from She-Hulk is coming back. She is coming back. It is going to be hilarious. She's going to have a nice riff with Loki. They're going to have a dinner date. It's going to be 20 minutes of the movie. Invincible. This would be funny if you saw the intro. Jonathan Majors, he is back. You missed it. He's back. Actually, I did want to talk about this. He is coming back. Magazine Dreams is out, and now he's just got cast in a new movie, and I think he's getting cast in something else. He's on the road back.
Okay.
Jeff the Baby Landshark. This is for everyone who's played Rivals there. Marvel. There we go.
Oh man, that's crazy. Zach out here doing the investigative journalism, finding all the hidden cast members. But it's crazy. And again, I'm happy to see Marvel, getting excited. I want that excitement to build again. It's been a while since I've been really excited for Marvel. I did watch Last Captain America. I'm excited for Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four. But this type of crossover, it was so earned when it came with Infinity War and Endgame. I just hope they still have the juice to get it going.
Yeah, because seeing people on screen is fun, but it's not something. It needs that heart.
Yeah. So we'll see, man. We'll see, because I hope the writing can remain strong like we've seen in the past, because some of it's been a little suspect lately, but I'm still very excited, man. It's really cool to see. Like, I've been waiting so long, ever since they bought Fox, to have the X-Men crossover, Fantastic Four, and to get it right. Like,
yeah,
this is what I've been waiting for, man.
It's so weird if they do a soft reboot too.
Yeah,
because with Spider-Man mainly, the Fantastic Four is all like. Some of these are going to be fine, but like Spider-Man especially, I think it's going to be kind of weird to just kind of soft reboot.
Yeah, and what they need to do is, like, back when we had the Avengers, you had strong trilogies going. Like Captain America first trilogy was very strong. Iron Man trilogy. You had Thor. You had all these other movies hold you over. I feel like we're getting a little lost or deep into the weeds when, like, you have Spider-Man 4 coming out, and I still feel like Spider-Man's beginning. Doctor Strange has been good, but like that's all over the place. Guardians finished up. I'm still waiting for like another, heavy hitter. Like I don't know. So they need some of those in between movies to keep us going.
Yep. None of the new Avengers are on there. The Champion show is reportedly greenlit, so we'll see what happens with that.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see. And actually, what I just realized? Where's my boy Blade at? Where's the Mahershala Ali?
Oh, that would have been a cool one too. God.
I mean, you got to debut him at some point. I mean, when we had Black Panther, we introduced him in the, Captain America Civil War first. We had a nice opening to see him before the movie. We got to find a way to get bladed here somewhere. We need to see the guy.
If you can't put him in Secret Wars, I think I'm going to give up on him.
We need to see him somewhere, man. We got to get excited because that movie is in the woods.
It is Marvel's Chinese democracy. I'm so, it's infuriating.
Yeah. But good stuff, man. I think that's it from Marvel, right?
Yeah, that's it.
So, what's some pop culture? We'll jump back into some wrestling stuff now. And as you guys know on this channel, the biggest TNA fan here, the person who's all about TNA, I challenge anyone on the internet, I've been saying this for years, to go bar for bar, word for word, match for match with me. When it comes to TNA, there's no one that knows more about it than me. So why, Zach? Why do they keep betraying me like this? TNA Wrestling, we're back, right? This poster was released, I believe, last year.
Yeah.
How many people in this poster are still there, Zach?
1, 2.
We got 2 and a possibly 3 with Steve Backlund. I see Moose and Trey Miguel, and that is it. So,
yeah,
what are we doing? It's been a very successful year. WWE partnership, NXT TNA has been off and running. But the heart of the knockouts division, the greatest knockout of all time, one of the greatest women's wrestlers of all time, I have her top 3. Gail Kim was let go. And it baffles me why this would happen, considering all the great stories about her, all the stuff she's done. And not just her. They dropped a lot of important people to the identity of TNA. And this just proves and shows to me they don't care about your name in wrestling anymore. They don't care about who has been there through the thick and thin, through, the ups and downs from the beginning, waving a TNA flag. They don't care about that no more. They just care about the business, and they're bringing in like some more, I guess, people with sports management backgrounds. This is not what TNA has been about at all. We'll see how it goes. I'm sure this will ride this wave with WWE, but this just lets me know if we get the headline, Zach, by the end of the year that TNA was sold to WWE, I would not be surprised.
Wow. Okay.
The way they're going and emptying out everybody, it's really weird. This one rocked a lot of people. I know a lot of people on the internet was commenting and talking about it. It makes no sense to me. I'm hoping. I know the easy answer to say, oh, AEW, but I think Gail Kim would be incredible in AEW. Her mind for the wrestling, and I think she would really be able to get those not the knockouts, the women's division AEW really on track, whether it's that or it's Ring of Honor. If she's an authority figure, there's room for Gail Kim somewhere.
There is, and catering would be great with her chef husband. But I agree, this is wild. Out of all the people to release, the Scott D'Amore thing, I guess I kind of get because leadership is leadership. Yeah. This one though is someone just like steering your ship. Someone, like you said, who's been there through it all, who's well respected in the locker room.
Unselfish.
This is someone who can help steer your company the way you want it to be done. She's not a yes woman, but I mean, like, she's someone who like gets the business so well. I think AEW is the way to go for her too. I don't know if she would ever go back to WWE, and honestly, I think I'd rather see her in AEW.
Yeah, I mean, talk about just shooting yourself in the foot like repeatedly. Like, it's every time they get ahead, they do something. Let's sign Hogan for $1 million and bring in all his people. Let's put the nasty boys in the main event, when they're way out of their prime. I don't know, man. Let's stop pushing Samoa Joe. Let's not pay AJ Styles. Let's go head to head with Monday Night Raw when we don't have the juice yet. I mean,
who knows? Maybe Eric has
just,
been right all
again,
along.
I truly do love what I got to see with TNA back in the day, but like, just I don't know how many times a company could shoot themselves in the foot. Now, it just reminded me, I forget what podcast it might have been, but it might have been Renee's podcast. Gail Kim was on there, and she talked about how she actually had to fight to get the Knockouts division made, because when she got brought into TNA, she was just like, they weren't really, there was no division. They might have had a match or two, might have had some valets, but there was no women in the company. And she fought to have these matches. So she's literally started. She's the greatest knockout ever, and she helped start that division. So it's just incredible to me, man, that they would do this. But it's not the same. It's not the TNA that Jeff Jarrett founded. It's not the TNA that Dixie Carter owned. It's a completely different entity right now, and that's the way I got to see at it. She's also a Hall of Famer. I don't know, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, I hope they don't go for sale. I hope they, because I heard rumors that they're going to try to look for a better TV deal too.
Yeah. So I just don't know. I mean, they tried to sell to AEW back in the day. At least that was a rumor. I think they're gearing up to be bought by WWE and then be used as a secondary something or not even secondary. I think it's beyond secondary what WWE would use for them.
I hope not. I like having them to watch. I like watching the clips and the highlights online. I like watching the full matches when I can. Like it's a very polished. I don't want to. What's the word I'm looking for? Not like indie, but it's a very polished.
Yeah, this current state of TNA, it's not necessarily like the big leagues like people say, but like you said, it's very polished. Like the lighting looks a lot better. The crowds look way better. The way they do that, they always did really good with the camera angles. That's been
and they have great talent too. So it just looks like you're watching something professional, even though it is like
it still looks professional.
Yeah. Oh, if TNA goes away, knock. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know how I would react to that, man, because it's just crazy. I'm seeing some people talk about like this was a major loss, especially for the women's division. A lot of people are echoing that sentiment. Just have a very significant impact on the company, and yeah, I'm just seeing like just a lot of people just talking about like what Anthem, the people that own TNA right now, and what they're doing and how they're trying to bring in their own people instead of wrestling-based people, more sports management or stuff like that. And yeah, it wasn't just Gail Kim, by the way. It's a few other people high up in the TNA organization. So,
if you're familiar with any of the 90 documentaries on the fall of WCW, that's when they started bringing in outsiders to kind of run everything, and people who weren't in the wrestling industry to run it. And then you said bye bye to Thunder, and then we saw what happened to Nitro, and that was bye bye WCW.
Yeah, so I'm thinking it's going to get purchased end of the year. I'm calling it, sadly.
Wow. Okay.
I would hope WWE does right by it if they do buy it, but I'm not holding out hope.
What if Eric got $100 to buy it?
Oh gosh, he would shut it down. I would not want to see that. But besides TNA and all that doom and gloom over there, despite being on a really good run right now, we don't have the photos for it right here, but I want to talk about it. Former tag team partner of Mariah May, Mina Shirakawa, has announced she's leaving Stardom at the end of the month and jumping ship to AEW. She'll be in the States. Kind of seen it coming. AEW seems to love when she's on. So that's going to be going on. But I don't know if Mariah May is going to be there, man, because her contract is allegedly up this summer. She's in the contract year. And I don't think it's open door, closed door that she's re-signing.
She's got to sign. She has like total freedom there. And if Marina's going, I guess Mariah May is going to resign.
You think so?
She can't do half that crap that she did in AEW and WWE.
Yeah,
I think she really likes doing it.
Yeah, it's just because like, we see those people jumping ship to WWE. A lot of people doing it. Ricky, Penta, Ray, Jade, Cody. Yeah. So there's success there, and I don't know if they can perfectly craft a storyline the way they did with her and Tony for her again.
Right.
I'm not too sure if they can. That was like almost perfect.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see. But it's not. I think it's going to be a bit of a fight. So we'll see.
What are your thoughts on Saraya going back to WWE?
I'm not surprised. She put out a tweet saying like, she loves her time there. It didn't seem like the most like, it just seemed like the tweet it put out wasn't like, it didn't seem like it was that deep. Just like she loved her time there. It's mutual, and she just doesn't she
Yeah.
doesn't fit there at this point. Which I agree. I don't think she actually fits it right now. I thought when she came in, it was good. She had a great moment with her debut and a great moment winning at Wembley. But she also admitted she went there because she thought her brother would have a better chance of getting some shine. That's why she won. And we've seen how that materialized. So we'll see her at the Rumble next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's good. I mean, I still wanted that. She was in the company with Mercedes. I wanted to see that at least one time. But
I know, and not even a good interaction or anything either. So it was disappointment.
Yeah, I don't know how good the match would have been, but I would have been for it.
You could make it a short, quick one. Mercedes knows how to book it.
Yeah, Mercedes can. She's top 3 in my opinion all time. I have her right there. My favorites all time is Mercedes, Gail Kim, and then Manami Toyota. So with a few other people in that mix, but that's like my top 3, I think. Besides that, I think that's all AEW stuff that I've seen. I don't know if you got anything. They're doing better, with this college basketball, putting their numbers up.
Yeah, Von Wagner is on Dynamite tonight as security.
That's crazy, man. I forgot about this guy.
Yeah,
we'll see him in Ring of Honor soon.
I think so. Other than that, I really haven't kept up too much with AEW. So if anyone has any suggestions on AEW stuff to catch up on, we did just go see Revolution. We had a great time there.
Great time.
Yes.
Could it get any better seats? We had Swerve jump onto Moxley right next to us. Yeah. Couldn't believe it. Check it on the channel. But I think they're doing that right now. The Moxley Death Rider storyline was in the mud. Throwing Swerve in that mix, I think is going to help this storyline. Sadly, I don't think Swerve's winning. I think he's going to lose at Dynasty. But I think just them going head-to-head for these next 2 weeks leading up to the pay-per-view is going to help that storyline a lot. It's going to get some juice into it. One of the wrestlers Mox always loved was Swerve. His work in Lucha Underground as Killshot, he was like a big fan of it. So to see them actually work together again, I know they had a match in the Continental Classic, but to get a match on this stage, I think they're going to work really well together.
All right. That's what we said about Edge. We got to wait for the second match.
All right, but Swerve is like at his prime. He could go. This man is. We'll see. It's going to be a quicker match. And then for women's division, Toni Storm and Megan Bayne are killing it. I think they're doing a really good storyline, and Toni can really talk.
Yeah, she honed her craft on the indies big time. Can we just talk about the man who ruined wrestling?
Yes, but he admitted that he wanted to ruin wrestling. So, I mean, did he really ruin it then? If he's talking about ruining
it took this man 25 years to realize he has a drinking problem. Look, man, I'm fine with heel CENA. I really enjoyed him giving us nothing. No new look, no new theme song. Why should he? Because we all would have made fun of it 10 hours after. We'd be clowning the hell out of it. We got to get going.
Def Rebel.
Yeah, we got to get going on this. I like CENA as a heel, and I like him going out with this promo about shutting down Rick's memory of having all the title reigns and everything like that. I think it's good. We got to get going on this WrestleMania feud a little bit more. We're letting Cody do too much.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Like, we got CENA back-to-back weeks finally, but
yeah,
I just don't know because I truly don't believe he wins. I think he loses at Mania. So then how do you pivot and go about this? This might not even be a one-off. WWE tends to do these matches at Mania and carry it into Backlash, carry it into whatever the next review is. So I don't think he wins at Mania. And I don't know if he stays heel the whole time.
How do you get out of being a heel like this though? How do you pivot if you're John Cena and say, I'm sorry, I just had a bad week?
That's the thing. They're kind of in a tough spot. I could be wrong. I just don't truly see him end of the year. Actually, the second thing, I don't see him going the whole year. I don't think he goes till December. I think he finished up before December. And I don't see him calling it a day as a heel. I think we'll get that Hogan Rock moment where he's a bad guy We're gonna do it this year, and he's gonna start turning face because of the crowd. He's gonna do something to make the crowd want to turn him face again. That's what we're gonna see before he retires.
All right, it's gonna be a turn on The Rock then. Okay, that's got to be what it is then.
Yeah.
I need something out of this. I think it's good. I'm excited for it. I think it's a good marquee match, but like, give me a little more juice here from Cena rather than him just doing what he's doing, because it's a big long promo every week, and there's just like one or two things in there that's like, oh, that's cool, and then it's all his filler. It's like lining up a bunch of chairs with former X-Men.
I think right now breaking that kid's heart is what made this like go. But the stuff he's saying, it's cool, it's pretty, standard. But making that kid, that's what really tied it all up in the bow, I think. And I think the reaction, being an international crowd, getting that reaction is really what's making this work.
Yeah.
The
real heel. The real heel. The real heel.
Yes,
the real deal. This is a heel turn. This is how you do it. This is the attitude. This is the look. This is everything. The facial expressions, the play on the crowd, the fuck my opponent. Maybe I did hit him stiff. I don't care because I'm doing this heel shit so well. Naomi.
This is the best storyline I think they've ever given her. They finally gave her a chance to run with the ball, and I think she's running with it. I equate this run right now to when pre-Becky turning into the Man, where they finally gave her some stuff to really run with, because right now she is shining. This is this is a non-title feud with Jade, and this is designed to get Jade over and get her ready for, I think, Bianca next year or throughout the summer. But I think Naomi standing out here, I would give her the belt at some point based off how well she's doing. She's killing it.
I know I'll get backlash for this, but I don't care. The match that she is in should main event night one. It to me has, I know we're going to end night one with a triple threat because there's a big surprise that they're going to do, a big reveal at the end, I'm sure.
I
That's
think
going to be the reason that
this
is. I don't know what it is, but right now on paper, from what I'm watching week to week, without big fucking brawls with security tearing them apart left and right, this is what a main event at WrestleMania is. This is the storyline leading up to it. This to me has has my vote for most anticipated match of Mania so far. I don't even care if it's like a not a long match. I don't know how well Jade's going to do in the ring or not. I know Naomi can go.
That's the thing.
That's what I'll say.
I'm worried this is going to be like a 5-minute match, though. I'm very worried this will be a 5-minute match, and I'm a little worried it might get on the pre-show as well. But
not pre-shows anymore. The pre-show is now called SmackDown.
That'd be terrible if they don't put this on Mania. That'd be so bad. My opinion, this is the hottest women's feud going right now. It's hotter than both the women's title matches. It's hotter than the US and IC women's matches or feuds. I don't think it will be the best match. I truly believe whatever Rhea, Bianca, and Io do will steal the show for the women. Charlotte and Tiffany are going to have a great match too. I believe that. But as far as the build, this is the hottest build right now.
This is easily the hottest build. And also think about that. You have another match with Bianca, who's another player who's a big part of this, who all of a sudden isn't too into this. So that kind of takes your mind off Bianca being a part of this. So if this match happens first, something could happen with Bianca's match with them later on too. So this storyline could even go into the next night. So that's a whole lot of Naomi we're going to see. Yeah,
there's a lot going on here. Now, I don't mind if they start doing stuff where storylines bleed from one night to the other into the other. I think that's kind of cool. I think you can do some cool stuff there. Yeah, so it's like instead of like having like a Mania match and waiting for the payoff to be the next year, you can follow up the next night, and that might be a better bang. I think that might be good.
I think so. You got a big roster. Get these matches out there.
Yeah, man. It's just wrestling's in a good spot right now. The other thing I do want to mention, I believe over the weekend, we had a huge promotional event called the Benefit for Chris Bay. A lot of wrestlers came together. Karrion Kross from WWE was there. You seen Hammerstone, Swerve was there. A few other guys. And it was an incredible moment. I got to see some clips from there. I would highly recommend, if you can buy it somewhere, if you can donate to it, I highly recommend doing that. He came out at the end of the night, man, walked to the ring. First time in the ring since the incident. And that was an emotional moment, man. I can't believe so many people came together like that and had that type of, that shows you the greatness of wrestling and the brotherhood, the community. That was special to watch, man. I'm hoping his recovery is great and hope he's making a lot of progress. So it was a freak accident, and like it was just insane to see, man. So I'm hoping he can come back to full strength.
I agree. Yeah, we saw him live and we saw him afterwards. Just a nice guy, hustles.
Yeah.
Yeah, good shit, man. Chris
Yeah.
Bay.
I was gonna say that he was the best part of that GCW show by far.
Easily.
Not even close.
Chris Bay and the buffet.
Yeah. We saw him quite a bit. We saw him at the GCW show, and we saw him at
Wrestling
Revolver.
Revolver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been doing his thing, man. So shout out to the Bay.
Oh yeah. Last thing I got is this month's PlayStation games. If you're into it, RoboCop, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and
there we go.
I forgot the other one down there. Yeah, I might play RoboCop. I already played Chainsaw Massacre. If you played Friday the 13th or was it Dead by Daylight, you kind of played that one, but it's cool. It's Leatherface in the family.
Yeah, let us know what games you guys are playing. I heard there's a 2D Terminator coming out. Supposed to go through the whole thing. Kind of excited for that.
Okay, I'll take that. And then this fall we have the Terrifier game, and then I read a report that quotes, but they wouldn't say who the game studios were that the quotes are from. They are literally quotes about how scared they are to put their games in a time frame where GTA 6 is going to come out.
Oh, yeah.
They're just holding their games. They're just holding their cards to their vest and not going to reveal any games or anything until that game is out.
People describing it like a meteor crashing and being out of the blast radius. Makes sense. There was a lot of games that came out during the GTA 5 window that got crushed. So it makes sense. I wouldn't want to release around that. Take the ego out of it. You don't want to compete with that. You don't. So GTA is in a league of its own right now, and that's just where they're at. So yeah, and that's completely fine. I tell people all the time, 2013 was like my favorite gaming year of all time because in the beginning of the year I had the Tomb Raider reboot. Summer I got The Last of Us Part 1. Ended the year with GTA, and it was just incredible. Yeah, great times for gaming. And Zach has something crazy coming up soon, so I can't wait, man. Keep an eye on the channel. I'm telling you guys, you're gonna see one of Zach's craziest reactions coming up soon.
I can't wait. Cannot wait to stream it. And if you get a chance to knock, if you haven't gotten the Cowabunga collection, the Ninja Turtles one, you have a few more days until that's gone from the PlayStation Network for free. So it's awesome. Okay. It's all the 8-bit games.
I think I added it. I'll double check.
Cool.
And you know what time it is, the Poppers, Floppers, Rare Pages. If you've been here the last few weeks, you know we've been reviewing Daredevil Born Again. Whether Zach's been falling asleep or we've been waiting for the action, the show's been going, and it's been a hit on Disney+. They hit us with a back-to-back two-piece combo last night with episodes 5 and 6. Zach, as we run through this, man, starting with episode 5 for Daredevil, my boy Matt Murdock went to get the bank loan, and we turned into this on St. Paddy's Day. Zach, did episode 5 change the tide?
I don't know if it fully changed the tide, but it warmed the water a little bit. This is a nice episode of Matt Murdock / Daredevil. I liked it. It took away from some of the other stuff that was boring. It was a nice, it was a comic book. It was a monthly issue. I did enjoy this.
This really felt that way. You're right.
Yeah. Did you like it?
I did too. I thought some of the writing, it was just too obvious with certain things. But again, it felt like you said, that's a perfect way to describe it. It felt like a comic issue. And I really enjoyed that. I love that, Kamala's dad happens to be the bank manager. I just love those interactions, intertwining things. I know it's a little off the nose, but I enjoyed it. And I was a person, when they came out with Miss Marvel season 1, I can't believe it had been in season 2. I really enjoyed Miss Marvel. It was really good. I know the Marvels, didn't get the best reception. But that whole family, that whole cast, I thought really committed to their roles and they're really good. So I love seeing him interact with Matt Murdock. And in this whole scene, everything was just so smooth. And we finally got to see Matt try to be that hero come out. And you can tell he was just super calm. Even when he talked to his girlfriend at the end, he couldn't care less he was in a armed robbery.
Because he's blind, he couldn't see those scary Skittles masks.
Oh man!
No, I'm glad they went generic though, rather than try to do Dark Knight clown masks.
Yeah, I did get the Dark Knight vibes when they broke it like that. I kind of started seeing it like that way, but I think that's just how it is.
I gotta ask you, did the cons not move down to I don't want to swear, but down to at the end of the Marvels. Did they not
You're
take
right. 'Cause
the new
I thought their
house?
house got blown up, right? So they had to move somewhere.
Yes, exactly. So then they gave him
That's
was it
I
Danvers
just
place
forgot
or
about. I forgot about that, man.
come on, man. Marvel. Get your
I'm still
continuity
very
straight.
confused with some of these timelines. They did the minute. I'm glad you mentioned that because the minute I think his name is Yusef Khan. The minute he
Yes.
mentioned Kamala was in California, I knew some shit was going down because that was their way of putting her out of frame. Like, oh, why she can't come help and save the day in 2 seconds?
Yep.
That was their way of getting it out of there. I don't know what she's doing in California, who's out there, but she was
West
out
Coast
of the picture.
Adventures. Yeah.
Actually, great point.
Or the
That might have
Challengers.
been
Who
a red herring
knows?
for that.
Yeah, that could have been because this was rewritten very not too long ago. So my nitpick on it, a lot of the stuff was very, again, generic Law and Order stuff with the
Yeah.
hostages. Like it was all that part was like very generic. Anything with a cop was generic.
It was very goofy. Asked him for the joke, and they threw me way off. I did want to know who the boss was. I thought we were gonna get that reveal, or at least get an
Yes.
inkling of who it could be. I was thinking maybe Kingpin, or maybe his wife was doing something, or maybe one of the mob bosses. But I mean, we didn't get that, and yeah, there was a few like I said, there was a few things in the dialogue I thought were just like, all right, man, this took me out of it. It wasn't really adding up to like the levels I was used to.
Right.
Yeah, shout out to Kamala Khan, man, Miss Marvel, and Amani. I think her name's Amani Valeni. Great
Yeah.
casting. She's been killing it as the role.
I do want to see her interact with Charlie Cox now. I think it'd be really fun because he'll play kind of like the, oh, I know your dad kind of thing. And
yeah.
I
think the way he started reading her dad was as if he knows his daughter that he keeps mentioning is the Miss Marvel character.
Right.
So I think he picked up on that. And then this was in episode 6, but I do want to talk about this guy. Zach, did you watch Hawkeye?
Yes, I did.
So this guy, I believe he was the shady looking stepdad to what's her name? I'm blanking on her name.
Oh, you're right.
He was the I can't think of her name in real life right now. I'm blanking out. Haley Steinfeld, her character.
Haley.
He was the stepdad. We didn't know what he was doing, and his character, the swordsman in the comics, does have some evil dealings. He is a bad guy that gets reformed, turns good. But right now he's just straight up good. He had a good scene at the end of Hawkeye finale, and now he confronts Wilson Fisk at that banquet. And I enjoyed it. I think he commands the screen. I think the guy's a good character.
Yeah, I do too. Very good with a sword.
Yeah, I believe I don't know if it was episode 5 or 6, but they did show in the BB report actually a guy fighting with swords and helping out people. So I think that might have been him.
Yeah. Okay.
So good stuff. And there goes Yusuf Khan again. Shout out to him, man. I think he killed it. He had a really good part in this episode.
And he wasn't too corny either. He had his like comic moments, but he wasn't like he was still a banker. He was still written like a banker, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, I thought he played it really well there. Then my boy Matt Gold for the kill shot here just destroyed this guy's leg. He was already done. He was finished. He said, let me go break this guy's leg for the fun of it.
Yeah.
Just to feel something. So I loved him going
overboard. Get some action again.
Yeah, I loved him going overboard.
Holy crap.
I was craving the action, man. But episode 5, I thought it was well done. I don't know if you've seen any Easter eggs there or anything else to add there, but I'm giving it a 4 out of 5, bro. And this is a relative score compared to like all the other Daredevil episodes, but this is my favorite episode thus far until we got to 6.
Okay, I'll give it a 3.5 out of 4. That was my highest so far. Again, the cop stuff, anything with a cop in it was super corny, and it took me out.
It did. It was actually kind of
was very fun.
there. Like it was kind of wasted scenes. I will say,
but yeah, again, it's like a comic.
Is she a character though? She seemed like she was a character, like a comic character.
She might have been.
Okay.
I don't know. If someone knows, let us know.
Definitely let us know. There's a lot of stuff popping up in there. And then when we get to episode 6 here, and Wilson Fisk assigns his task force, the vigilante task force, no body cameras, anything goes. I think some vigilantes are going to be getting shot up.
Here's the bad part. I caught a spoiler for season 2.
Ooh.
Yes, I guess I shouldn't have said that because it does tie into this, but it ties into this. So it's just yes, but it's good. It's good. It's a fine spoiler. It's not like it's
Okay.
good. Like so. I do enjoy this. I do like it because it is like vigilantes still working within the system, so it is very corrupt. It's above the corrupt cop stuff. But if you were aware of the cops using the Punisher symbol in the comics, that's what you can kind of prepare for,
Yeah.
which is good because it is. If we're going to do this kind of storytelling on Daredevil Born Again, this is a good one to get into, which I like. So I'm okay with this. I like it.
I just can't wait for my boy Matt to whoop all of them. I know it's coming.
Yeah.
He's gonna get his round 2 with that one cop in the front there on the left. I can't wait.
Yep. He's gonna
Um,
be a prick, I gotta say.
yeah, yeah. And then Matt and his girl getting some time together. Matt flirts with everybody. She wants to interview vigilantes for her book now. She said, "Oh,
Mhm.
much boyfriend Castle. What about Daredevil?" Not knowing my boy Matt, I really wanted Matt to tell her that he was Daredevil. I want it to come out. I can't wait.
Mm-mm.
I know this whole
She's
secret
not the
identities
one.
thing.
She's not the one, Knox. She's not the one.
She's not the one.
She's not the one.
I mean, he's still flirting with other people, so I guess she's not the one to him.
Good. He knows better. This. Ugh. I wish I
I
was
mean, all
born
his
in
other
every
girls
scene that
know.
these two are in.
She-Hulk knows. Elektra knows.
I know.
Karen Page.
But look at this. She's just using him to teach it. And thankfully, he uses the superhero names. He says Punisher. Punisher said Bullseye. I love when they do that. I don't like the other stuff. But get this girl off my screen. I'm done with this character.
Really?
Bye. It's so awful. It's
She almost gets
so
married to Matt in the comics.
good in the comics. We can read the comics and not watch it on TV.
Oh man. I do
Holy
think there has to be
boredom.
more to this. There has to be, whether she turns out to not be as good as we think, there has to be something more to this.
She's using them.
Yeah, so let's skip it off of that. Again, I really enjoyed. I believe her name is Angela Ayala in this show. I think she just plays it well. And finally, it took Frank Castle to try to test Matt last week, but finally she brought it out of him. She got him to finally say screw it and put the mask on. That's what I was most excited for. Even though she was in danger, I hope she's good. But she got my
It's the
boy.
same speech she gave. It's the same speech she gave the last time she was on. It's the same fucking speech.
Yeah, we'll repackage it. We'll reheat it for you, man. Take it again. Come on, it's leftover. That was my problems with the writing. I thought that's what I thought. Like I told you in the chat earlier, it's like these 2 episodes were like supposed to be even better, but they were like tripping over themselves to get to that point with some of the writing and some of the stuff they were setting up with some of the scenes. Like it could have been better, but again, I liked her performance. I thought she was really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, just going through it, episode 6, and finally. I didn't expect them to wrap up the Muse storyline so quickly. I thought they just, with a nice bow on it, wrapped it up way too quickly. But finally, at the end, I'll say this real quick before I get to it. When she did tell Matt in the lawyer's office where she would be with the tracks, I knew she'd be in danger by the end of the episode because he was the only one that would know. So I'm hoping she puts together 1 and 1 that he's Daredevil. Now, finally, at this moment, my boy with the freaking battle cry like Omega in the Wrestle Kingdom Tokyo Dome. He started whooping Muse. Muse had some moves, but he wasn't ready for Matt. And then we had this played in the background, parallel with Wilson Fisk beating the dog shit out of Vanessa's what do you call it? Adulterer, if you will. This is well done. This is the best fight scene they've done so far since bringing the show back because the other one was kind of choppy and weird. They were going at it. I felt the tension, especially him trying to save Angela. Zach, what do you think about the ending, man? I really enjoyed it.
I thought it was great if this was episode 2. But we're in episode 6. Let me just say, it's a slow show when they got the only fight scenes they show are flashbacks in the beginning of the episode. But look, this ending was great. It is what we were waiting for. It took forever to get here, but we're finally here. So now I'm kind of getting more excited to watch it. It was cool. I like it too because when Fisk was coming down the stairs at first, it was the silhouette that you thought might have been Matt Murdock.
Yeah.
But then it turns into Fisk. That was cool. This is awesome. They didn't really give Muse his powers in here, which I'm not too familiar with, but which is fine because I don't think his story's wrapped up yet because he has some kind of connection with Kingpin. That's why he's being a little more hush hush about it. So I think Matt might even wind up representing him for all we know, and make it
That'd
really
be insane.
But I thought it was good. I liked the fight scene in here, and I liked Muse's lair. And man, Kingpin looks like a hero. He finally looks like a hero. You mess with the wife, you're lucky if you get put in a cage.
He even gave him an axe to fight back. He had nothing
Right.
to do for him.
But that's the Kingpin I want to see, though. I want to see the Kingpin who's a menace. One is just like not just because he's got a seat as a mayor or anything like that. This is the Kingpin that's a menace. About damn time we saw him.
Yeah. I mean, he's busting out the suits now, Zach. He's getting big. Is what I'm waiting for. So don't hit me with a slow episode next week. Keep the trade going. Keep going this way.
Yeah. Don't slow down.
Yeah, I'll give this one a 4 out of 5. Again,
Okay.
best 2 episodes. I'm glad it was a back-to-back hit because I would have been struggling waiting for another week. So let's see how this goes, man. Shout out to everybody that I don't know if you what's your same score as last episode.
I'll give this one a 3. There's so much choppiness to it, and some of the dialogue, and great ending though. But we need to streamline the show a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, that was West Coast POPCast this week. There's a lot to talk about. I can't wait to talk about it more with you guys next week as well. Whether wrestling, pop culture, video games, movies, the whole shebang. It's a very exciting time. April's around the corner with The Last of Us. Keep an eye out on the channel for The Last of Us reviews.
Yes.
And a crazy reaction from your boy Zach to hype up The Last of Us reviews. But we're here. We're ready. Very excited. Avengers, Doomsday cast reveal, Daredevil, and of course, CENA and Naomi going bad. Zach, any final words?
Just be looking on the channel. I don't know if we're going to do it next week or if I'll just do it at some point, but we'll do a live voting for the Slammies. And then, of course, I'll probably do something this Friday. So 7 p.m.-ish Pacific time. 6, 5, 4, no, 7, 8, 9, 10 p.m. Eastern time. Sure. And, of course, if you don't watch any of our stuff live, feel free to comment if you're not watching live. We do comment back.
Yes, we do.
We give a damn.
We are watching. We are listening. We are reading. So shout out to all the poppers, the floppers, the rampagers from your boy, Final Boss Knocking, the main man, Zach. We'll see you guys next week. Peace out, y'all.